People are sending me my face on things.
Oh,
Shout out Cavell for the merch.
Get 10% off all VeVe, Ecomi, and Omi merch at CavellAnderson.com using the code Christmas10. Our primary line will always be available, while our limited edition section will only ever have 100 items total and will never be sold again. Get it while supplies last. Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another VeVe and Ecomi video. In this one, we're going to be going over something pretty interesting. So Reese actually just left us with a pretty solid statement, and it's basically I'm going to let you hear it, but it's very, very bullish, and it's something that I don't want people to sleep on, even though it's so simple. But this is the type of stuff that the team says that goes right over people's heads. Then something crazy happens, and they're like, "Oh, how did you guess that this was coming?" And it's like, bro, they've been telling us for 3 years, like they've been leaving hints, saying things, and people just need to start listening to what the team says, because it's really not, investing is not as complex, especially with VeVe. I feel like you have the cheat code if you're invested in VeVe. This is not financial advice, but it's like, you can literally just listen to what the team says and you can know what to do to make money. Like they say, oh, this is coming. This is going to come. This is going to come and we're going to aim for 3 months. It may take a little longer. Then you know within 3 months, if you make a certain move, you should be getting some profit from this move. It's very simple. VeVe is one of these straightforward investments where they just tell it how it is. But we're going to get into some of the things that's going to be coming, but this is very exciting and bullish that I wanted to go over. Some of the closing remarks and statements from Reese here. So yeah, let's jump into it.
No, I'll just leave it on, obviously huge appreciation to all of you and to everybody in the community who turns up to these streams and makes content and all of those things. But as we're ending the year, I really do just like to reiterate that the last 12 months have been incredible. They've been huge. We've dropped some of the biggest licenses in the world, and
the last 12 months has been incredible. But I want to remind you, they said we were getting 3 to 4 exchanges, or was it 4 to 5 exchanges? One of them. I don't even remember at this point. It's so much stuff. Like they said we were getting a bunch of exchanges. Didn't end up happening. Yet this year was still incredible. Like they've said a lot. They've said that you were going to be able to have a lot of NFT utility. We ain't seen none of that yet. The Omi token is in no way linked to VeVe right now. Basically, this year was so amazing, and nothing that was supposed to happen by the end of this year, none of the big catalysts have actually happened. We've made it this far, made it this high up, and none of the big catalysts we are waiting for to really start racking in some gains and some profit, none of them have happened. None. So keep that in mind. Keep how amazing this year has been, and just think about how crazy it's going to be next year. Because they had to work on scaling and things this year. You only get shocked by scale one time. They know to expect the unexpected now. So that's a problem that they spent this year solving. Getting over to immutable. You only are switching blockchains one time. Now, now you're on the Ethereum blockchain. You're there now. You only do that one time. Like these were one-off weird problems that you have, and it's just a startup company. You're not experienced in these areas. This stuff happens. It just happens sometimes, but these are one-off events. Now they can really focus in on their roadmap and get back to what they were planning initially. But yeah.
They've been incredible. They've been huge. We've dropped some of the biggest licenses. But as we're ending the year, I really do just like to reiterate that the last 12 months have been incredible. They've been huge. We've dropped some of the biggest licenses in the world and tested the systems and all of that kind of stuff. But
don't let that slip past you. We dropped some of the biggest licenses in the world and tested the system. He just said that us dropping the biggest licenses in the world, this was just a test. We was testing things out, trying to get the system right for what we really got planned. Like that was basically what was just said right there. So I don't want this stuff to just go over your head and realize that other companies out here, they get IP and everybody go crazy. Like, oh my God. Like if you look at Quid, they got IP and that was their end game. That they got IP. Congrats. You secured like 350 some licenses or whatever, however many Quid has. That's quitting is an example of what happens when that's the extent of your plan. They just said we wanted to test what we were capable of, test what this project could do. So we dropped some of the biggest licenses in the world for a test. So don't sleep on what's being said right now. I want to keep reiterating to you, the goal of VeVe is not just the NFTs. It's not about the NFTs. It's about the experience. It's about the metaverse, the world that's being built. So basically what we're all gathered here for has not even begun. This is the start. This is really the start. People are all out here kind of confused, talking about, oh, it might be too late for VeVe and stuff like that. Like they ain't did nothing. You get thrown off by seeing the crazy results. Oh, VeVe got 1 million users. People just need to start putting it into perspective. VeVe has 2 million downloads. VeVe can have hundreds of millions of downloads. It may be huge to wrap your head around. It may be almost impossible to try to wrap your head around that. But that is the reality of what's happening right now. VeVe can realistically have hundreds of millions of downloads. So let that sink in.
Some of the biggest licenses in the world, and the last 12 months have been incredible. They've been huge. We've dropped some of the biggest licenses in the world and tested the systems and all of that kind of stuff. But I'd pay attention to the fact that we're saying that this is the tip of the iceberg.
Like literally in just a few words, he literally said everything that you need to hear. He said, I'd pay attention to the fact that we're saying this is just the tip of the iceberg. Basically, all this success is nothing. Like all this stuff that's just crazy, is breaking records, is making VeVe one of the most promising looking NFT projects in the world. They literally spent this year trying to play catch up because they were caught off guard by the major amount of growth that we had. All they did was drop a few IP. That's not the goal with VeVe. They dropped a few IP. They literally did nothing. That's like, the equivalent of what VeVe did this year. They launched Netflix and they got two or three shows on Netflix. That's what they did. Is that an experience? After you watch them 2 or 3 shows, now what? I mean, yeah, VeVe is dropping some different brands and things like that, but all they're doing is dropping brands. That's it. They've done nothing. They've literally done nothing. So really understand where VeVe is trying to go and where they're trying to take this, so you can actually and I know so many people get nervous when you hear about, oh, Ready Player One. VeVe is shooting for that. That's what VeVe is trying to do. But look at these licenses and the things that they're doing as well. You would get nervous if you heard that this unknown company was going after Disney, right? You would get nervous. You would get nervous, like how are they ever going to secure that? You would get nervous with damn near any of these licenses that they have right now. If you were told that they were going to get these licenses before they got them, you would question it. So it's like, keep these things in mind. Stuff that people say, like us listening to what the team says is going to happen in the future, it sounds absolutely ridiculous until you keep in mind that this is the team that has made that happen already. All the stuff that sounds ridiculous, like some unknown team is going to come out, some unknown project will come out of nowhere and partner with Disney Plus. On Disney Plus Day. Disney Plus Day, they partner with some unknown company no one's ever heard of. Like, if somebody told you that was going to happen, like, why not partner with all these other projects? Why not partner with CryptoPunks? Why not partner with some of these other projects that's just blowing up? No, Disney Plus decides to partner with the unknown company that's really not making noise in comparison to a lot of other projects. So I want you to stay woke to what's happening and stay woke to how unrealistic everything that VeVe is doing is. It's very unrealistic that they would build an app capable of holding 60,000 people and they would end up with 2 million. That's not realistic at all. So everything that they're doing, keep in mind, is unrealistic.
Reiterate that the last 12 months have been incredible. They've been huge. We've dropped some of the biggest licenses in the world and tested the systems and all of that kind of stuff. But I'd pay attention to the fact that we're saying that this is the tip of the iceberg, because the next 12 months, the next 2 years, whatever it ends up being that we're all here for, I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
2022, the year of the 10 of the 10, year right there.
Yeah, the 12 out of 10.
Yeah, 12 out of 10, yeah.
So there we have it, man. As you can see, as you can see, they're planning to have a strong year next year. And this is some of the stuff that was said that they missed out on. What was it, like 4 or 5 exchanges by the end of this year? Those exchanges didn't just happen. I just want to put a few things into your ear so you can think on it. They said 4 to 5 exchanges by the end of this year. Obviously, that's not going to happen. So stuff went wrong and they weren't able to make that happen. Do you think the people in charge of getting us on these exchanges has just been sitting around twiddling their thumbs, getting paid for nothing? Those 4 to 5 exchanges that we were supposed to be on, those are still locked in, as well as a bunch of other exchanges that wasn't locked in back then, but they've had nothing but time to reach out to these companies. They've had nothing but new stats and statistics and stuff to update these companies with. They have nothing but bargaining tools at their disposal that they've been using, securing and locking down these partnerships with these other exchanges. I wouldn't be surprised to see them drop a ton of exchanges together. You never know. Like the way that they drop these drops every single week. What if we start getting an exchange every single week? Like that wouldn't be shocking to me. It really wouldn't be shocking to see something like that coming from VeVe. Because like I said, the people who are supposed to be putting us on exchanges working at VeVe, they haven't just been sitting around twiddling their thumbs. Also, one thing that we're waiting on is the ability to purchase the Omi token with your credit card. That's going to be a very huge system for the project, and it's probably going to be something that gets worked on next year. So purchasing the Omi token with your credit card, staking features and stuff like that, that should be coming next year as well. Don't sleep on accessories as well. Accessories is going to be huge. Accessories is going to be very, very huge. Also, that's something that I'm expecting. I'm expecting next year. Deadpool. If you saw the accessories on Deadpool, like Deadpool, the snow globe, that little snow globe glitch where it took all the clothes off of Deadpool and you could see him without those accessories on. I mean, do we know if that was a glitch or if that was, you know, do we know what happened there? And also, I made a video a while back that actually showed some leaked accessories, real accessories that VeVe had already developed prior. So yeah, that's a big deal as well. We also have let me see, the last but biggest thing that I'm waiting for is the utility through the metaverse. Some of the first forms of utility I'm expecting to see is the avatars, clothes and shoes and things like that. Custom avatars, different types of avatars similar to Ready Player One. I'm expecting to see a lot of stuff like that, where you can start to customize yourself, customize your character, and start putting yourself together in this world. I'm not expecting anything too crazy, like some big games and things like that. And maybe like a little concert hall or something like that. Maybe something like that. Maybe VeVe City is up. Kinda. Like I'm expecting maybe VeVe City. But in terms of the VeVeverse, I'm not expecting us to go too far, but just having clothes and shoes and stuff, major. That's another stream of income. That's another way to potentially earn a lot of money. If you get some nice accessories, like look at all these things where certain color hair just increases the value of certain NFTs, and some of them holding cigarettes increases the value. Accessories can be massive. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Your boy's struggling to talk at this point in time. You know, I'm still recovering. Not 100% yet, but this was just something I want to share with you all. Put on your minds. Don't sleep on what's coming in 2022 and how impactful this is going to be. And that's just the beginning. I think we start to really see some interesting stuff starting 2023. 2022, well, we're gonna I think between 2023 and 2025 is when we start to see the catalyst capable of pushing us to $10 like that. That's what I'm expecting. Because obviously that's my goal. That's what I'm looking forward to. And I know a lot of people are not going to be able to see that vision until you actually start to have stuff right in front of you where it's like, okay, maybe this can actually hit $10. A lot of people are not going to think that far ahead, but now we're moving into the territory where they're about to start delivering so people can see, okay, they get the job done. Because with all the timeline mishaps this year, it's left a bad taste in some people's mouths. But I think that you're about to see a different side of this team if you've only ever been here through the screw ups and through the soons, yeah, stuff like that. If you've only been here around that stuff, then yeah, you're about to be surprised. So let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Let me know what you're excited for. going into 2022. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications so you stay updated. And yeah, I'm gonna catch you all in the next one. Peace out, y'all.